film using the 180-degree shutter, 24 frames per second. Sony A7S III is the best camera. Scene king, story is king. Let's up for image. You have to film. Mirrorless cameras are for photography. Have more effect. It's all always filming.
Over the past 5 years, the filmmaking scene online has exploded. Millions of videos, reels, and courses have been uploaded with information about the creative process. Tips, tricks, hacks, masterclasses. It's incredible that literally anyone who has access to a camera can learn instantly how to make a decent video. But it's also the barrier for most people. No matter what field you're in, if you see someone in the forefront winning doing something a certain way, you might feel the need to also do that same thing to ensure your success. The thing about creativity though, is it isn't a calculated step-by-step plan with a universal end goal. It's no possible way to calculate what will or won't work. When you consume a lot of content, it's very easy to create a rule set of absolute must-dos taken from all of these different creators' perspectives. I must use the 180-degree shutter rule. I must use the gimbal. I must get a Sony A7S III. When I first started YouTube, I thought I had to be extra educated on what I was talking about. I had to be clean-cut, politically correct, but I quickly found out I was a better creator when I did whatever I felt like doing and strayed away from the norm. The envelope and culture gets pushed forward by those who aren't doing the same thing. Those who take chances and truly do whatever they want. Right now, I'm heading over to some of my favorite creators to get an inside look into their creative differences and how the creative trap of rule sets has affected them. Creative Rhyme, a music video director who has worked with some of the biggest musicians in rap right now. Aside from this, he's also a very successful artist with over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and continues to help shape the culture of videography.
Cheers. I'm an overthinker anyway. So I'm already thinking, oh, when I see something like, okay, these people put out a lot of videos a week, or maybe on the flip side, this dude takes a long time to put out videos. Maybe I'm working too fast. Maybe I'm putting out things too fast. Maybe I need to stop trying to make things so fast.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. Maybe I'm not putting
so much higher.
Maybe I'm not putting out.
Come up.
Maybe.
Oh, all right.
Oh, right now.
Now too, huh?
Like on the flip side, maybe I'm not putting stuff out fast enough.
Yeah.
I'm looking at other people, I'm like, oh, they're successful. They're putting out things 3 times a week. I'm not doing enough work. I need to start doing that because I see them doing that.
I mean, you analyze successful people to an extent. Like,
yeah.
Okay, this is what's working for them.
Right.
Maybe I should implement this into my workflow and it'll, bring me some sort of success as well. But,
yeah. But there's been times where I look at stuff like, oh, this color grade looks really good, or it
asks me all the time.
One thing about me really big, is I have a really dark contrasty style. My blacks are black, my whites are white. Yeah. And I like it when I'm making it. It looks good to me. And then I look at everybody else literally in the same field as me right now, and I see everybody's got this soft, really loggy look. And I'm like, I'm doing it wrong. I need to do it like everybody else. But it's really the opposite. Like it's unique to stand out, and it's good to be a person wearing black in a crowd of people wearing all white. You know what I'm saying? Like, I try to not consume as much. Obviously, that's big. It seems so simple, but it's so big. Like, try not to consume too many people that I feel like I like so much, because I know when I'm down, I'm by myself and the phone's off and all that, I just come up with stuff. And I'll make it how I see it, how I feel it, rather than comparing it like, oh no, this is way too contrasty. Like, I'm doing it wrong. Yeah. So trying to just really stay away from consuming so much, More output, less input, or intake.
Yeah, that's the best thing for me. This is Chytist, a musician turned social media strategist, celebrity photographer, and artist. He's also the reason why you guys see me today. He's helped me grow my audience and the whole reason why I even started creating videos in the first place.
I feel like you shouldn't have it in your mind like, okay, I rock with the work, but I don't want to take from it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the whole point. Like having good work, it influences someone else to do better. Mm-hmm. It's just like LeBron and Jordan. Like,
that's a good comparison.
If LeBron, I'm pretty sure LeBron watches Jordan and Kobe tapes all the time.
Yeah.
But he not thinking like, I don't want to tape or something like that.
I think it's cool that you got a different take on it. Like when I asked Ron the same thing, he was saying like, I try not to consume as much content. That way I'm not prone to kind of, copy what somebody else is doing. But I mean, I do like your creative approach about taking and implementing a little bit for everybody. I think that's how you kind of make your style master.
Yeah, because when I first started like with photography, I looked up to a lot of street photographers, but I do hip hop work.
Yeah.
The hip hop community never seen street photography like colored photos before or candid photos. They don't know that I looked up to these people or I was kind of like taking bits and pieces and implementing it into my style. They didn't know that. Yeah. So I'm always inspired by something. So I don't never like try not to take. My thing is you got to shortcut your success as much as possible. I don't want to be trying to take 25 years to try to figure out something. I want to see what someone else is doing and figure out and reverse engineer how they're doing it and putting it into my style. Histograms and all the leveling, I don't pay attention to none of that. I pay attention to what the product look like. Yeah. So I might have my fades all the way up, my blacks peaking, but when you look at the photo, like a person who don't do photography not gonna tell that. I feel like that's how you can really develop a style like that. Yeah. Because like if you sticking by the book too much, I feel like it make your work look stale. Some people do it good, but me, I gotta put some sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't have it like that.
Nah, for sure. I feel that. I feel like a lot of. I really want to thank Storyblocks for helping me make videos like this and supporting the channel. Storyblocks provides high quality stock assets for your video projects. Stock video, After Effects, and Final Cut Pro templates, and also motion backgrounds. Storyblocks helped me tell this story and fill in portions where I either didn't have B-roll footage or couldn't physically get out and film it. One of my biggest uses of the platform, and I absolutely love that. Down in the description is gonna be a link to learn more about Storyblocks. When you sign up for an unlimited plan, you get unlimited downloads on all they have to offer. It's easy for me to just say, do whatever you want. But it's always gonna be this pressure with so much content and influence in the world nowadays. Here's 3 solid tips on freeing yourself to create whatever you feel. Ask why. This is super important because it not only makes you question why you're doing something, but why this rule you might be attached to is even a rule. You will know, okay, the 180-degree shutter rule supplements real world motion blur. All right, well, I'm filming a gym video or I'm filming something that's super intense. I don't want to use the 180-degree shutter rule. Asking yourself why with whatever you're doing allows you to create with direct intention and not just because it's what you should be doing. Know exactly what you're trying to get across with your project. Know the emotion you're trying to set. Know the change you're trying to make. Know the mood you're trying to set. If you know all of these things, then you'll know what rules don't apply to this project. Stop trying to create a hit. A widely praised hit is a great addition to something you create. Don't get me wrong, but it shouldn't be your only goal and purpose when creating something. When you're trying to please everybody, you tend to go down this rule set guideline list that you have written down and check off every single box. And this is just a recipe for average. If you think about it, a hit is just the majority of people liking something. The average of an entire scene or fan base. That's all a hit is. It's basically just the average. Like radio hits, for instance. They all got the same bop. They all got the same tempo. They all got the same feeling to them. But if you think about it, the music that we all tend to attach to majority of the time sounds nothing like the hits or the average or the radio bops. And I'm not trying to say it's impossible for polarizing art to be massively praised or become a massive hit. Like, no, we see it all the time, but you know that that's not the end goal. That's not the entire intentions from the artist because of how different it is than the things that are normal, that are widely praised, that are average. So basically what you gotta do, man, is identify who you're making the art for and just try to make the best possible art. If it becomes a widely praised hit, that's cool. If it affects and changes 3 people, that's cool too. As long as you set out a change to make in somebody and it happens, that's great, but you can't only make art with the intentions of it becoming a hit. It's just impossible and it's very, very mentally draining on artists. So stop trying to create a hit. Disconnect from the outcome. This is probably the hardest of them all because we've been programmed to directly correlate the amount of views or likes something got to how effective or successful it was. Like when it comes to creativity, it's really no right or wrong thing to make. Some things are just more widely consumed, so they may seem more effective. Like, is a video with a ton of views and no comments more effective than a video that has not as many views but has a ton of comments from people saying how much the video affected them and how much they loved it and how much it changed their life? Not really. Like, you know, it's all about how you look at the numbers. So choosing to disconnect from your project in terms of what it does in the numbers realm and focus on how your project will potentially affect someone's mood or affect their workflow and affect their life or impact them in some sort of way is such a good practice. Disconnect from the numbers on your project. Do me a favor, man. Head down to the comment section and let me know what's one thing that you do creatively that is very different from what the majority of people do. I would love to know. I want to know how different we all are as creative people. But with that being said, man, I'm out, y'all. Peace.